Welcome to your channel RayofHope, and this is going to be the third day of XSS injection classes. And we are going to cover the stored-based cross-site scripting attack. When we talk about XSS, what does that mean? A stored XSS arises when an application receives data from an untrusted source and includes that data within its later responses in an unsafe way. Understand this now. There's one line. Later responses. What does that mean? I mean, basically, in reflected, right? It reflects you, right there, and it doesn't. It would require user interaction in order to execute in their browser, right? But in terms of stored XSS, you would not need a victim to be interact with the phishing link or the payload, right? If you find the XSS, and if the user uses that functionality, if this user going to use this functionality, the payload will get executed automatic in their browser, and you will be getting their sensitive info. This is XSS, a stored-based injection. Understand this. What are the details? What are the you can get over using XSS? You can steal cookie info, session ID. You can direct it directly to browser-based attack. Like you can redirect to some malicious website as well. And just understand this basic, right? We will be covering in detail actually. Now, how to identify stored XSS? Whenever parameters, you would need to find the endpoints and the parameter where you can inject the code. That is the very first step. Manual code review. Sometimes what happens that even if you find the parameter, you think that there could be possible XSS injection, right? But you could not do anything because it could be that it might be sanitized, or you can say that input validation, the validation is there, right? But if you know how to review the code, because suppose if I tell you, if developer implement a code where they have implemented that if someone writing a script, right? If someone is writing a script, so it will transit to nothing, right? But you can find that it is written in small letter. So you find that the developer has written it in a small letter, right? So what you can do, you can try putting capital letter to see if you are able to execute or not. So it is always about the hit and trial method. It is not something that you can succeed in one go. You have to put multiple payload, multiple attempt in order to perform the XSS successfully. We are performing on demo website, therefore we can easily find the XSS. But I did show you that how and what are the possible methods are there which you can use it, right? Dynamic content, third-party libraries. Now, if I tell you more about it, understanding of XSS exploitation, how exactly XSS works. I mean stored XSS actually, not XSS. Every XSS is XSS only, but reflected is not stored. Stored is not reflected, right? Okay. So first, I am a hacker. You are an attacker. What you will do? You will craft a payload, a JavaScript payload, and you will inject it on a certain parameters. A script will get stored. The malicious script is stored in application database waiting to be executed by unsuspecting users. Right? Now, then a user is paid containing the attacker script, causing the malicious script to get executed in their browser. I mean, once they visit suppose this is the search engine functionality, user input over there, that payload is we have injected, and they are going to visit this search functionality. So once they visit this functionality, the payload will get executed in their browser, and then the attacker may gain access to the victim account with still sensitive info. Like sensitive info means cookies info and many more. You got it? So these are the basic procedure. How does stored XSS work? Right? This is how stored XSS work. If I tell you more about it, then crafting malicious payload stored XSS. We have multiple, like what we can do. Simple script injection we can perform to see if there is not. It can lead to CSRF as well. The attacker can use XSS to bypass CSRF protection measures, enabling them to perform unauthorized access on behalf of the victim. The attacker can use JavaScript to steal sensitive info from user browsers such as cookies, session ID, and many more. Browser hijacking, and many more. They can redirect user to some malicious website. Okay, this we already talked about, but still, this is how the exactly XSS work. First, they found the vulnerable parameter. They found this. Attacker find the vulnerability in a website. Then they execute it, capture payload. Then the payload get stored. Then it get viewed by the user. An attacker achieve their goal. Again, if you would have any question in store-based XSS, you can definitely ask me, and I would be happy to help you to make you understand if any questions you would have related to XSS store-based injection. Right? So these are some basic, or this is how a hacker achieve their intentions. Right? This is XSS, and this is not a very stored XSS is very, very critical, because it does not include user to be involved in order to be, like, if you find a vulnerability on a website, you would not need a user to click on any search, any link or anything. You can execute it even without their interaction. What are the mitigations do we have? Input validation, implementing strict input validation users rules to sanitize user input, removing potentially dangerous characters and script before storing the data. Output encoding user supplied content before outputting it on the website to prevent malicious script from being executed. CSP, content security policy, restricts the resources that the browser can load, preventing malicious script from being executed in the browser. Regular security updates, which is indeed important. Like suppose if I restrict, I mean HTML. If I am restricted that I do not want HTML content to be executed, like this, I don't want any HTML content to be executed. So what will happen? I mean, most of the time, see, we can encode this. We have, if there is a secure gate, then there is another way to bypass it as well. There's always a solution, and there's always a problem. And if there's a problem, there's a solution. If there's a solution, there's another problem. That's how. There's nothing 100% secure. There's nothing which is 100% you could not bypass. Understand this. That is basic. Okay. Now we are done with the basic of XSS, right? And we talk about stored XSS in detail. Now, if I'm gonna go ahead and do this low-level security video, stored XSS. Okay, I think I need to first change the security level. Okay, now I have to go back to okay. Understand this now. What I have done, I am putting RayofHope, and the very basic script I am going to execute over here. It is throwing an error, right? It is throwing an error. What I have done. So every time I will click over here, you'll find that it will throw, right? I mean, if I say like this, we just paste this. Okay, you're saying that you, now I say akka. I'm putting one this time, only one. Oh, we have all one, right? We got it. So now it is, and now if I show you the like a source code over here, you will find. 1 second. Okay, there is no input validation actually. Can you find sanitize name global? There is nothing that is restricting script to be executed, right? You could not see any script to be executed, right? Even in sanitizer, they have insert a global my sequence. That is nothing to do with sanitization and what do we call it? This JavaScript malicious code, malicious payload, right? So this will not work. If we go ahead and change the security level to the medium, submit. That's better. Okay, now we are submitted. Be submitted. Get back to stored. Medium. If we say right now, Anu, and anything Ravi, submit. It should not have get executed. Anyway, let me give a try again. Localhost, DPWA, stored XSS. So what I'll do, log out. Okay. It should not show the vulnerability actually, but it is still showing. It could be that there might be an issue. Let's process over here. Cross-site scripting. We can solve this lab deflected XSS. Basically, I do not usually interact with this most of the time, but let's solve. Okay, we can access the lab. See guys, it is something you can do it through your Bob suite. If I go ahead and open my Bob suite as well. Run it. Okay. This still loading. It could be that my network is not that good. Now, sometimes using the Bob suite gives you more advantage because you can see the like now. Let's understand this over here. We have multiple posts, right? We have multiple posts. Like if I just click on this post, view post, right? And if I'm gonna go ahead and like I may find the comment box section, right? Okay, next, start Bob suite. Okay. So over here, you can see I have functionality called comment box. So if I'm going to put my view, my viewers, if I'm going to put v abc@gmail.com, that anything, and I'm going to put one script over here. So I'll put one script over here, basic script, cookies. Just post it. Please match the requested format. Okay. Now you can see here nothing popped up. How you can see that there is a stored XSS, but the lab has been solved. You can see, right? The lab is already solved, right? Lab is solved, but nothing pop up. I mean, if you remember, in stored XSS, I talk about that in later responses. In later responses, you get this, right? Okay, let's understand this practically. I click back. There you go, right? That's what I mean to tell you. I mean, when the user uses that functionality where we have injected the code, only then he would be able to find the vulnerability. You got it? So this is a stored XSS. This is a stored XSS, and this is how you can inject in a website and can take use of it, and then you can craft it. And any user, if they are coming to visit this, if they are going to visit this website, right, or this particular features, we can get their cookie info. I mean, if I show you over here, we have something called VAPT collaborator, right? So we can use the VAPT collaborator, right, to gather the information, right, and then one second, we can use the VAPT collaborator to inject the client and then copy this and paste it over here, and we can generate one payload for them, and then we can inject this in the code, right? And once they are going to click on that, we can get their request. I will be showing that we will be performing live, but at this point of time, just understand how exactly stored XSS is working. Got it? Cool. You can see my viewers, my comment is there, right? Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned with us. Do like, subscribe, and share your views. Thank you.